The world never ceases to amaze me. The things that people get angry about can never stop amusing me, and it's just another thing and another thing. And yes, looks like the summer season is already heating up, and I don't mean the temperature. Outrage from the anime outsiders, or you could probably say, I would assume, more of the casual fan base of anime. I would probably say probably most of the shonen fans that just watch nothing but shonen, and everything else in anime is sort of a stain they don't want to admit is there or something like that. But yes, from the people that brought you outrage over Uzaki-chan wants to hang out, brings you my tiny senpai is too controversial, and obviously it doesn't make sense to me. Now, yes, I've seen some chirping of this over time, and I honestly wasn't really going to comment on it. I really don't like to just jump on everything that this little group of people complain about and make a video out of it, because then that would just be my entire channel. But I was talking to some folks a few days back on Discord, and I sort of ranted a little bit, and so I figured I would transfer that over to here and give my perspective on My Tiny Senpai. Yes, My Tiny Senpai is a show that I personally am looking forward to. We don't often get adult romance in anime. It's always middle schoolers or high schoolers. So whenever we do get a workplace environment type of romance, I always jump into it. Just like My Senpai is Annoying, that type of show. And yes, one kind of fandom that is around anime is liking short stacked. Just like Uzaki-chan, it's a short stack. A female character that is short but stacked. That's the whole idea of the topic. And why does the word short stack exist? Because there are people in the real world that are like that. And it sort of got me in this big, long rant about it being sort of similar to my frustration that was around Licorice Coil. This idea that I really do truly believe that a lot of people just don't get out enough. A lot of people just don't socialize or meet people. Because every single time I see a controversy like this, I'm going, wait, I immediately think of this person that I know in my past. I immediately think of this person that I work with. And it makes me puzzled. Again, like Licorice Coil, everybody was outraged that these two girls did not get together. Takina and Chisato did not get together. Why? Because they're acting like they're in a relationship. No, you don't get out much. Let me explain it to you. It kind of turned that whole thing where I'm like, dude, in school, I used to run into so many girls. I had a lot of friends that were just like this. A lot of female friends that when they were with their other female friends, they acted like that. It's just how normal people act. And that's why I love that show so much. I thought that the writing was so natural and the characters felt alive because I immediately think of, oh yeah, I remember when they used to do this. And that's the same issue that I have with this show and this outrage that's around it. It doesn't make sense to me because I immediately go, but there's people like that. So why are you thinking immediately that this is trying to go for this guy with this young girl? She's an adult, and adults like this exist. And yes, it doesn't suddenly mean that they're not appealing. Or to think that if you know somebody that is short, that they should not be appealing, that's just wrong. If they're an adult and you enjoy your time around them, there's nothing wrong with that. To give some people some context, because I'm sure most people are just going to watch the trailer and make their opinion on this, it is essentially about this guy that's moving into this new department, and his senpai there is a very short-stacked girl. And he's attracted to her and her kind nature and her attentiveness to all of the people that are underneath her in her job, and so he kind of starts to form a relationship with her. This is a woman that's not doing it out of duty, but actually because she has joy in doing that. It's so sad to look at some of these Twitter threads where it's just blowing up because of the controversy around this, and just so many people chiming up and saying, that's literally me. Should I not have a relationship because I'm short? No, you should have a relationship. And it's kind of funny because in this particular show, My Tiny Senpai, this character does look a lot more mature than most characters. Yes, I can understand if it's a show like Denki Guy, where all the characters there look like they're literally 5 years old. I can understand some people being like, oh, that's kind of a little bit, I don't know about that. I'm willing to meet people in the middle and go, okay, I understand that it's uncomfortable for you. I'm going to watch it though. But when it's something like this where I don't understand why I have to come to the middle, that's where it puzzles me. When I go, why are you finding this so offensive? There was even one of the threads, there was somebody that even pointed out the idea that, it seems a little odd that when you immediately see a stacked short, you immediately think of child. Because like, yeah, it goes both ways. It was a similar argument that I had when I was watching Erased. And you have that whole segment where the mother brings that other girl, and they take a bath together. In the concept there, in the Japanese culture concept there, is a lot of Japanese people will bring somebody into the bath with them, and they will connect that way. It's like it's the concept of taking all the barriers down and getting comfortable with somebody. It doesn't go any further than that than trying to make a bond and communicate with somebody. But the grander scale of people wanted to go, oh my gosh, this is what this writer's going for. They obviously want you to see this character this way. And it's like, no, you want to see it that way. When I seen that, I immediately thought of when I used to babysit. I seen them as children that should be protected. I didn't see them anything further than that. So I hope that you never take care of a child, because if you immediately think of something inappropriate when you're trying to take care of a child, step away. And that's sort of what I think. It's almost this reverse effect that whenever I see people immediately go to the inappropriate, I think they're the problem. Again, like this person says, if you watched that trailer and immediately thought of a child, then that's on you. You have a problem up there. I see an adult. They're an adult environment. She's an adult. They can have a relationship and they can have fun together. And it's not as if this show is going to be ecchi. It's not even tagged ecchi. I haven't actually looked at the manga, but I'm assuming it's not ecchi. Nothing in the trailer shows it's ecchi. It's not genre that. The original source material is not genre that. So you should even be worried about that. Why is this such a big hang-up? It all comes down to me assuming 3 different things here. 1, you just don't like people enjoying things. 2, you can't stop thinking of children in inappropriate ways. Or 3, you just don't like the idea of short-stacked people having relationships. What is your end game here? Truth be told, this trailer looks a lot of fun. And like I said, my initial appeal to this is the idea of workplace relationships. I loved Love is Hard for Otaku. That was a great show. I loved My Senpai is Annoying. I love that show. Just this different environment than we typically get. And relationships that honestly you can get behind and really enjoy in an adult sense. It doesn't always have to be about inappropriate things. It could just be about people finding love. And yes, in the middle of there, having this entertaining shenanigans about people just being goofy around each other. It's like the age-old memes, the one with the guy saying, shh, let people enjoy things, or the group of people that are talking about something they're enjoying, and this person's over here going, by the way, it's this, and you're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then they go back to doing what they're doing. Sometimes you just kind of have to walk away and just ignore it. But at the same time, there is a frustration, I think, more than anything, of almost denying the existence of certain people. Again, that was like the case with Uzaki-chan. There was so many people coming out going, dude, that's literally me. I've seen so many pictures of women that were just going, that's literally me, look at me. Again, like it's almost this reverse effect of just denying the existence of an entire group of people. Like I said before, especially here recently, my last job I had, there was a few people there that were extremely short. And yes, me being over 6 feet tall, I'm towering over these people. But at the same time, doesn't mean that if I had a relationship with one of them that suddenly I'm a bad person. No, they're adults. There's no reason why, just because they couldn't grow taller, that they should be denied existence. And again, I can understand if it was the extreme with something like Denki Guy, where those characters look so young, but it's not. I can't stand the P word being brought into so much stuff in anime. There exists stuff that gets into that. I'm not going to deny that's not an existence in anime, but that's an existence in any medium. It's in the West, it's in the East, it's everywhere. It's in cartoons in the West, it's in cartoons in the East. It exists, and it's not welcome. But when you take that P word and you throw it into things that doesn't need to be in, that's where I get frustrated, because it's this kind of general label that people love to throw on anime as a whole. And so I feel sometimes when I don't push back on that stuff, it's almost like I'm just accepting it to invade a space where it doesn't need to be. Because branding everything in a medium is really frustrating, and it's not necessary. And for all the arguments saying that, why does this get adapted? This feels so samey. I don't really agree with that. Move on. There's literally over 40 shows every single season. You don't have to have every single one of them appeal to you. There's 39 plus other ones. Go find it. Shut up and let people enjoy things. I'm going to enjoy it, and there's tons of other people that are going to enjoy it. And honestly, I guess, thankfully, since this has so much stupid controversy around it, there's probably going to be more people that'll enjoy it. So good on you for spreading the word. So with that, spread the word. Short stack people exist. They deserve love too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what you thought of this whole drama. controversy, I would probably call it. If you're new to this channel, make sure that subscribe button so you got my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, and membership button down below. I greatly appreciate what it does, and y'all take care.